Hello and welcome to a short tech demo of our project. We are 4 students of the Wilhelm Schickert Institute for Computer Science at the University of Tübingen. During the summer semester of 2009, we got to play around with the multi-touch table our graphics department has built. Impressed with the recent project using a Wiimote and inspired by Johnny Lee's head tracking application, we decided to try something new. Or at least partly new. Our plan was to combine the effects of head tracking with the opportunities a multi-touch table offers. We used Adobe Flash and the ActionScript language for development and extended an already existing picture sorting application to make use of the head tracking. Our idea was to make pictures that were completely hidden behind other pictures when viewed from the top, accessible by moving your head, thus presenting the underlying pictures. Now, before we show you what we've achieved, let's quickly talk about what we used. We had at our disposal a self-built multi-touch table based on the F2 principle. This technique was introduced in 2005 by Jeff Hahn from the New York University and relies on something called frustrated total internal reflection. It's affordable, not too difficult to build, and it scales to very large screens. In our setup, we used a screen size of about 100 centimeters. That's about 40 inches for all of you who don't speak metric. The projector we used had an XGA resolution. We mounted a standard Wiimote on a tripod behind the table, facing the user at a slightly upward angle. A Wiimote is basically a camera sensitive only to infrared light. To use the Wiimote camera as a head tracking device, we interchanged the mounted LEDs on a pair of plastic glasses with infrared LEDs. This was first demonstrated by Johnny Lee from Carnegie Mellon University in late 2007. For software, we used a Flash multi-touch library developed at our institute and extended it to make use of the Wiimote via the vFlash libraries. Now let's begin with the actual presentation of what we've achieved. This is the application without head tracking. It's similar to what you might have seen before on a multi-touch table. A simple application that lets you drag pictures across the screen as well as resize and rotate them. This by itself is pretty cool, but we thought to extend it by making use of head tracking. Now, before we can use head tracking, we have to calibrate first. This maps the 4 corners the Wiimote sees to the 4 corners of the display. After the calibration, this is what it looks like when head tracking is active. As you can see, moving the head also shifts the picture, revealing underlying pictures in stacks of pictures. Also, if you move closer to the screen, the objects move towards the surface of the screen and away from it when you move in the opposite direction. Please note that only the viewer wearing the infrared sensors on his head gets the full effect of a 3-dimensional space. When viewed from an observer's position, the effect is less stunning, but you still get the idea and profit from the shifted perspective. Let's look some more at what the application does. When using the pinch gesture normally used for resizing the images, they are actually moved along a z-axis, which appears to make them smaller or larger, but actually doesn't resize them. Instead, it moves them forth or back, thus creating natural stacks of pictures. When you grab a picture that is partly hidden, all the pictures above become translucent, giving view to the image below. This makes it easier to ensure you've got the image you want. Of course, you could also just move your head farther to the right or to the left to expose more of the picture you want to grab. Now, as this is a tech demo, the use of our application is naturally limited, but you can already see that the standard picture moving application used on multi-touch tables benefits greatly from the added features head tracking provides. We hope you've enjoyed what you've seen and would like to end this little presentation with a note saying that the application is not yet finished. A lot more can and will still be done, but this is what we achieved. In conclusion, we'd like to thank our teachers Hanisch and Jörg Edelmann for giving us the opportunity to play and experiment with something cool and exciting, and hope you've enjoyed our little tech demo. If you want to contact us, you'll find details in the info box to the right. Thank you for watching and goodbye.